Well, that one you might need OBS for. It's just going to show the audio from Skype in your picture, probably.
Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh, shit, I got to log in to fucking Vault. Christ.
Just to let you know, or you are live, Robert. Yep, I see you live. I'm going to back up to you. That looks good, though. Want me to add TFR?
Please.
So we got the studio in that may be the biggest story. It's a good possibility. Well, that's the case. Good Tuesday, everybody.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good Lord. Well, as you can probably see, we're having some fun here in the snow and ice and winter times. Good morning, everyone. If you're hearing me, I don't know. I don't even hear me. So hope you're there. See Alan saying good morning, Walt, in the TFR chat. Good morning. This is Ironworx. I am Walter Johnson, your newly scrambling host this morning, trying to get things off the ground. Let me first say good morning to you, and now say good morning to our fellow people here who are here struggling and lost, much like I am. Let's see if you can hear them now. Good morning, Sir Josh, the normal person at this control panel who is usually so smooth and elegant with it while I fumble around. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Reasonably well. It's a little chilly down here. And frustrating. I got an internet, but we do what we can.
We will indeed. We will indeed. I just asked our buddy Alan there in chat, can he hear you? I haven't even gotten to the YouTube channel to see what might possibly be going on there. Nice. Good deal. Well, I hope they can hear you guys. I know they're seeing me with the lovely hairdo of the bedhead that I haven't even looked at yet. So good running. I saw your text and started flying because usually by that point I'm just wandering in here and turning on my computer. And I saw your text saying you had no internet, and here we are. So there's other folks here struggling along with us, trying to help make this thing smoother. Let's say some of them, see what they're doing. Hey there, Zachary Zabala. What are you doing, sir? They're early and cold.
I was getting ready to make a cup of coffee because I wasn't sure if we were going to go out. I wasn't going to drink a cup of coffee at 5 o'clock. I was going to go back to bed. So, yeah, just ready to make me a coffee and kind of calm my nerves down. I think Cammy was wearing her shoes, walking through the house, and I heard it, and I'm used to hearing them walking around at all times of night, but somebody with their shoes on, it kind of freaked me out, and I grabbed my knife and put it in the chamber and came upstairs and was walking around. Who's supposed to be walking around with their shoes on? And it sounded like they were trying to be quiet. You know, Cammy's sort of like, I'm hoping it'll be the case. I haven't seen anybody, so. But yeah, it's been an interesting morning for all of us so far, I think.
Well, it would seem we're still having some issues. Everyone says y'all sounds like it's coming through my microphone, which isn't a possible thing because I have no external audio. So I don't know why it sounds that way, except that I don't have an outside source rerouting our sound like Josh does, which could affect this whole setup.
Yeah, there used to reroute my sound for Skype to restream.
Huh? They're saying they definitely are having trouble hearing you gentlemen. No. Let's give it a shot with our gentleman there across the plains, Sir Lucas. How are you, LC King?
Doing well. Yeah, just sitting in for the ride, watching the action. Yeah, but no, it's been good. It's a good evening. It's been pretty hot here, so I'm on the flip side of Josh's weather. Yeah, yeah. No, it was fine. The wedding went well, so they had 4 staff to do about 140 people with meals, so that was fairly hectic for her, but nothing was great.
Yeah, I checked. Yeah, I did. I checked TFR. It sounds great on TFR. Lucas sounds amazing.
There you go. I just got that same message in chat. So, oh, that is you in chat. Hello, Jonathan from Florida, sir. How are you this fine and lovely morning? That's a good start for anyone. Well, I'm looking around here to see if there are settings that I might be able to alter in some way to help you guys with the sound going through the little app for my end. So I am a little sidetracked. I don't see those settings anywhere.
Just check your restream up and see what it looks like.
Where do I look for that, sir? Hello, live radio production. I see settings in the settings area. Analytics, is that it? Yeah, no, it's wanting me to leave this area and asking me, do I really want to do that? So that'll probably restart stuff. Anyway, hey, we're here. You guys talk louder. I see when I talk up here in the top corner, it goes all the way to the red. Now I'm finally seeing that. See what you guys do. Yeah, you're not even registering. So we definitely have some issues with getting you guys through this application. We'll work on the break trying to resolve that. But for now, you guys know we are on TFR as well as these other lines. So if it's better, we need to hang out this morning. Yes, Ipsy.
Did the generators get too cold, stop working?
Yeah, must have. I guess my backup battery failed. No, I don't know what it was. I had a small issue yesterday. Thought that the internet had gone down. I checked the site. There were no outages reported. So reset the router, reset the modem, all that good stuff, and it came back up. A few minutes later, thought there was no problem. And this morning I saw I had an exclamation point next to my signal strength on my phone. I thought, uh-oh.
Ruh-roh indeed.
Yeah. So I checked the internet on the computer and I had nothing.
So is it me? Or is this everybody's first winter? What the fuck? Has it never gotten cold before? Has ice never happened on lines before? Is this like, what the fuck? I saw a guy on yesterday's video saying Texas is like done. Texas is like done. It's frozen. There's no electricity. People that are relying on electricity to heat their homes are screwed. I mean, this has been going on since yesterday. Since Monday, this has been happening. And I lived up in Shreveport. It was snowy every year, and they dealt with it and put sand down and salt down, and you freaking insulated your pipes and you knocked the ice off the lines and you went on with your day. It never shut down the nation. So it's not even a winter event. And we're all like, no internet, no electricity. What the hell? The winter is here, apparently.
Supposedly they're losing a third of the weight crop as well in Texas because of this cold, about 45%, which is a very good order. Go, Zach. The Rona got it.
Well, emerge.
I saw snow in Texas when I was driving through last time. It was Dallas, Texas. Well, it's not like I was going through the panhandle or anything.
Right.
That way up. So yeah, I don't get this. I mean, I understand that things could, shut down a little bit because of snow, because people aren't used to driving or this and that. But the city should be ready for stuff like this. I mean, it's fucking February, people. This is what happens in February. I don't get where I'm from up north, to where every year you're kind of ready for it. I understand it might not happen this year, so you're not like super prepared, but there's a possibility. It's happened before. Is what we're saying. Things shouldn't be shut down like this, and people shouldn't be going without heat. That's just crazy.
No, they're saying that's better. Well,
Really?
YouTube chat is saying it's louder, so that's.
And I actually did adjust 2 things here, thinking they might help. So apparently they did. Okay, cool deal. Well, there we go. Who knows? Who knew I could drive this machine? Yeah, this is, when I was watching the guy yesterday, he's from Texas. Obviously, that's why he centered his research there. But I see him come up, when there's usually these weather events that don't make any sense at all, like at all. And if you, have followed weather your whole life, which someone who lives in Tornado Belt and then the Hurricane Alley pretty much stays on top of the weather, it's been very unusual. Very, very, very unusual. So, in fact, I watched, who was the comedian from it was from 2017 or 18. And he was talking about, it must have been 2018 because they were talking about the Orange Man just getting elected and how the hurricanes were only hitting the people who voted for the Orange Man, and I mean, it's not even a joke anymore. So they had a big, some kind of, what was it, a Black Panther movement here in Louisiana when I was in Oregon a few years back, and suddenly the whole state flooded. Don't happen, so just whether you believe the weather's controllable or not, go look up some patents for it, then come talk to me. So did we get Jonathan in here? I heard him say, hey, and then he shut up. So are you here, Jonathan? Cool. Well, are you freezing? Or is your area somehow excluded? Oh, I'm overclocking extra this morning, sir. Yes, sir. I'm watching smoke come off my wires. We're good. That's it, buddy. That's it. What you got?
It's not even, you can't call it just, well, I guess it is a torch. But instead of just 2,000 degrees, that typical 2,000 degrees, that regular propane does, this one has MAP gas with oxygen hooked into it, and it gets 5,300 degrees.
Yeah, that might warm up the room.
It looks like a lightsaber almost when you get it tuned in just right. It's like this long blue glowing thing with a real tiny bright white point coming out of the center of it. And you have to wear glasses that block light. The first time, it's like a bright white light, almost like you're welding. And it was on ceramic. I was melting the aluminum off my ceramic crucible.
Wow.
And yeah, it was like.
I've actually seen someone make a lightsaber out of these a gas sort of implement, and it shot out this big flame. And they got it so it's turn it off and on. It was.
That's pretty cool. It's not okay. It's just pretty much an acetylene torch. So when you light the propane, it doesn't come out like a. It comes out like a flame. Like you have a 7-inch flame. If once you get it dialed in right, the flame is actually touching the tip, and then you add the oxygen on, and it really gets it. Yeah, it's neat. It's real neat. It's fun. I can
You
tell
gotta say that sounds like.
a lot of stuff.
I'm still
Say, Josh?
clicking around here. What'd you say, Josh? Exactly. I couldn't quite hear you.
I said that does sound like a lot of fun.
I'm wondering if that's the same guy I watched make a lightsaber not too long ago on some YouTube channel. It wasn't a regular channel I view, so I can't remember who he was. But
I
it,
don't know.
it,
It
it
just turned up on my feed.
yeah, that's what it was for me. And
You
that's probably it. Then I
know,
just,
I like watching the, when they get the old stuff and then they just repair it and they show you how they go about it. There's what's it called? My Mechanics. You ever heard of that one?
oh yeah, I watch a lot of restoration, like old toys, old like computer parts, all kind of stuff.
Yeah, you just sit there and then just like, I don't know. It's just a good way to switch off and watch one of those sort of videos. They go for about 20 minutes. And it's like, yeah, that's cool.
Wow, you did make a lightsaber. That is flipping awesome. That's like a real plasma blade.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of plasma.
Flame coming out.
Speaking of plasma, I forgot. I don't have the video here to show you guys handy. It's on my phone, and for me to try to get it into this situation right now, not going to happen. I will post it, so like maybe on my Twitter feed. That's where I picked it up on Twitter. In Texas, power lines with these huge balls of like blue plasma traveling from one transformer to another transformer. I've seen one do it and maybe travel down the line and blow out, but this went from transformer to transformer to transformer to transformer. And in the Twitter line feed there with the reply line was apparently a guy who works in the industry, in the power line, power company, whatever, explaining that, if these lines get too close, blah, 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 blah. And what's being created there is another form of energy, another form of whatever, plasma. And when you watch this traveling, it's like, it kind of makes you feel funny. And he talks about in that feed how plasma is like, it doesn't just burn you, it vaporizes you kind of thing. It was pretty crazy. I'm trying to find the feed here. Give me a minute. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I thought he worked he was in Louisiana, working out the oil refineries. They use very large amounts of electricity. He was actually an electrician, not like a whatever the oil refinery goes are called. He was a
Boilermakers.
electrician, a boilermaker. He wasn't one of those. He was an actual electrician, just working on at the place. And his like journeyman, he was an apprentice at the time. And they were dealing with some really high voltage stuff. And the guy told him, stand back, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And the guy's over there working. He said he turned his back for a second to go pick something up out of the bag and saw a big bright white flash. Turned around and the guy was gone. His shadow was burned into the ground. Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. That's kind of what this guy's talking about too.
Everything that the guy had on him was gone. Just teleproof.
Yeah, this.
Wasn't like he wasn't a drummer out of Spinal Tap.
I watched Spinal Tap yesterday, Dave. It's just a little green goblin. Just a little green goblin. So the guy's talking about, it won't just burn you or knock you down. It's the kind of energy that actually vaporizes you, literally turns you into a cloud of ions. It's electricity in its rawest form, like lightning, except more unpredictable and dangerous because it's not just trying to go to ground. It's two sources actively fighting each other for position with changing paths in a billionth of a second. So basically the air around the lines, because of these temperatures, became a conductor rather than an insulator. That's what he's saying in this. And it so literally just turns the air into pure plasma around it. So it's nuts. And the video is crazy, but there's no way I'm going to try to share a video right now, break everything. So, man, I got something in my eye on top of it all. Good morning. Yeah, that's pretty nuts stuff.
Video where they a bunch of birds sitting on some power lines. The birds actually left just before it all exploded, so they sort of had a
They knew.
Yeah, it was really interesting to see that these creatures knew exactly what was going to happen prior, whether they sort of registered it in their biology somehow, don't know. It was interesting.
Without a doubt, without a doubt. There was something else about that yesterday that was going on with that power line, and now it's gone because I'm trying to do too much here. It'll come back, I'm sure. Something about the power. Oh, I sent you guys that other link. It's somewhere in the pile of lettuce, which I will look for in a minute. But it's some type of device that you wear, like a ring, that turns your body into a recharging station for a device of some sort, like you become the battery. Did y'all see that story? It was like late, or may have been early this morning when I dropped it.
Yeah, it was to do with your body heat. It was getting into your body heat, wasn't it?
Right. I didn't. I mean, I figured you guys would kind of dig into it and know more about what the process might be. Is it some kind of galvanic skin response, or what the fuck are they? How would that even be a thing?
I'm not sure how they're doing it. Yeah, if there's a heat differential, and maybe it's from an area being hot and an area being cold. There's two differences that will generate a small amount of electricity.
Right.
That would be thermogalvanic.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Everything is pressure mediation. Ken Wheeler can't say it any simpler than that. I know he throws out lots of big words in all his videos, but I don't understand half of what he says still. But the pressure mediation part, whenever he says that, that's the simplest way of saying it. But he is correct. I don't know how to make it any simpler than that. You push on the door opens. Pressure mediation. Everything is pressure mediation. It's my cold closet effect.
Could be.
Yeah, but everything is, that's what Mother Nature does.
Tries to balance.
Some nerd in a lab coat with a pocket protector and the calculator and say, oh, we need to move these atoms over here and this. So, nope. She's wearing a hemp skirt. She doesn't have flowers in her hair. Yeah,
She's hot.
Trying to make everything equal. Just making everything equal. Okay, you guys, come on. Settle down. Settle down over here. Let's equal out. You over there. Settle
Smoke
down.
this and chill.
Yeah, all Mother Nature does. There's forces being applied, and Mother Nature's just trying to equal it all.
Wow, we've almost eaten up 30 minutes of me fumbling around here. You're going to hear commercials during the break, unfortunately, because I don't have that kind of power here yet. But this week, it will be my mission to acquire said power. Speaking of power, a little callback there. Alan Coleman in chat on TFR being concerned for the safety of the guy on YouTube who made that lightsaber. Alan knows lightsabers are very dangerous weapons and should only be used by trained Jedi. So thank you for that concern, Alan. Oh, there was no force there, right? Oh, Lord. Yeah, true. True. Too true. Well, at some point, we will try to dig into a bit of this lettuce. Truly, during the break here, you'll be hearing commercials because I'm not going to attempt that. I think everybody's sound kind of worked out. If that's not the case, I really hate to mess with anything during the break and start a new stream or any of those other fun things I might accidentally do, because twice when I click things, it wanted me to leave the page. And I'm afraid that would restart it. I think that's what I was doing in the early days of us having this restream thing, is getting in the chat there so I can multi-chat. And every time I would leave the page, it would restart a stream. So we quit doing that. So we're going to stay with it like this. Any sound issues, let us know. But I really don't know what else I can do for you at this point. But it seems to be better.
Yeah, fingers.
and I'm
You
just
are doing amazing.
double checking. Oh, thank you, sir. I'm doing a double check here to make sure I don't have a way I can. No, yeah, I don't even have a. I was thinking I might have a song player I could pull up and throw something on, but nah, that's not it. Yeah, let's not play with this. Let's not play with anything. Yeah,
You know any beatboxing?
right. Not me. I'm not the beatboxer. I'm not. But if we have one, it might be Jonathan. I would think, right? Go, Jonathan.
Really?
Oh, damn it. There we go. There we go. Oh man. Wow. How do I actually get it? Oh, I see how to do it. Never mind. I'm overthinking it. I found it. So yeah.
I did practice beatboxing, a little bit. I can't say I was very good at it, but
Really?
have the looping pedal, and then you do some beatboxing on the microphone. They give you a beat, and then you start playing guitar to it. But, that's as far as it got.
That would be interesting. I never thought about even trying to attempt that. Of course, to me, that'd be about like playing drums. To me, that's too many things going on at one time. So yeah.
You know, some of these beatboxers are like world famous, playing with orchestras and all kinds of crazy stuff like that. There's this one guy, he's got something in his throat that, like the little flap, is like extra big in his larynx.
The throatal flap.
Yeah, he can do things that other people can't do with his voice because of that. Like when he beatboxes, he can make it like flap in different ways to make noises that most people can't make.
Really?
He's done with like, yeah, the London Symphony Orchestra, the New York Orchestra, the London Philharmonic. He's done like concerts with all these large orchestras, and he beatboxes. I'll try to.
I'll have to. Yeah, I'll definitely want to check that out because I don't think I've ever heard it done quite that way, musically, literally. Like being used musically. Pretty much just a beat.
Not on an old movie where he did like sirens and things like that. What was that?
That was Police Academy. That's Michael Winslow.
Yeah, that was it.
Michael Winslow, old school dude. Or ate it. Oh wait, so I'll shut up.
Once again remembering the benefits of CBD alongside direct components of the hemp plant. That's why more and more people with CBD report
Y'all can still hear me, can't you? And see me.
balanced blood sugar and cardiovascular, relief from muscle tensions, tremors, migraines, headaches, anxiety, depression, and the list goes on.
morning. Uh-oh, wait. They're saying there's no sound now? What happened? I only muted the call. I didn't do anything else. Well, we're back.
Well, because everything is a call. Well, because TFR is in the call.
Oh, so if I mute for me, like to make no call for anything else, I'm muting everything. I apologize, everybody. Sorry about that. So if you
That's exactly why I run them during breaks, so I can mute all that stuff and not have just dead air.
cool. Well, now I know. We'll do that next time. Yes, here I am, Michael. I am here, Michael Kilpatrick. Welcome back. Glad to see you around. Alan Holman there in chat as well. Hanging tough with us. Liz, Voynick. Oh, man. I'm trying to get back up here, and the list was not moving for some reason. Oh, excuse me. If you're having trouble finding us or hearing us or seeing us, well, come hang out. Come hang out with us over here at tfrlive.com/chat. Is that right? I think that's right. We're all there, or some of us are anyway. So, Friday. Oh, go. You go, sir. I just was going to bring up Friday shows.
Little story. Well, the other night I was just outside. It was dark, and I saw this light in the sky, and it was probably, I don't know, maybe 10 times brighter than the star. And it wasn't a plane because, you know, they usually have their flashing lights and things like that. And it was a lot lower as well. And I'm just like, must be a plane. You know, I wasn't quite sure what I was seeing. And it made no sound whatsoever. And it just sort of cruised along really sort of slowly, like maybe like you would see a helicopter move that fast, I guess. So it was pretty interesting. And it actually, when it went away from it, it actually got brighter. And it looked like a star. It was really, I don't know what it was. But no sound whatsoever.
Interesting.
That's my story.
No, that's, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just cruising around. Things up there, we just have no idea about it.
I'm beginning to believe it's truly part of the equation is that there's just a whole lot of life that we don't understand that we're looking at and calling UFOs or whatever. And it's because I had a video from like, I don't know, early on doing research into the stars and the whole idea of cymatics and sonoluminescence. There was a guy who was doing some videoing with a new whatever. I think it may even been as far back as the P900 being new. And he zoomed in on the star. But instead of the typical badly focused Mandela effect or the cymatic ball of plasma effect, this really literally looked like an organic gel-filled sack of some sort, oozing and pulsing, and it was a creature. There's no fucking doubt it was organic. I, of course, can't find that video these days. I probably have it saved somewhere in these hundreds of thousands of files. I can't go through and keep straight anymore. So, but it definitely was organic. There was a story by, I think it was Lovecraft. Yep, H.P. Lovecraft, and a guy was creating a device that changed the frequency of your pituitary gland in such a way that you became aware of everything that's always around us. Of course, in the story, everything that's always all around us, phantasmical horrors and, you know, leviathans from the deep and that kind of shit. So when the frequency shifted, these creatures, not only are you seeing them, but now your shift in frequency allows them to see you. And so all of them start fucking with these people that are playing with these machines. I think they made a movie really badly, Charles Band era of really over the top gore, I think, called From Beyond. So it's an interesting take on it. But the original story, I cannot remember the title. I'm struggling for it. It's H.P. Lovecraft. It's not that hard to find. But I think that idea of the frequency of these things up there, I think there's a whole lot of living things that we're looking at thinking they're the stars, but they're actually creatures. Oh, hell, it told us that in Enoch's book that these things are alive and are assigned their place. And if they fuck it up, they get cast in fire.
No, it's not the little tower. It's the.
I know, I couldn't remember. I knew that wasn't right.
It's all black.
Something, the void, maybe.
Black void.
Yeah.
Yeah, the void. At the edge of the earth, it was just black.
At the edge of the earth.
Which reminds me of the movie Hellboy. Remember that movie? Have you ever seen that?
I have indeed. And the second one.
In that area, in the black void, they show the 7 gods of chaos. And that's who they're trying to bring back to Earth. Are those the 7 stars that were cast out by the Creator because they weren't following the path that was waiting for them? I don't know. It's just weird. I mean, it's the number 7, so it's going to be everywhere in so many things. But yeah, a lot of these stories like correlate with each other. These old stories from, supposedly from some Russia, ancient, and the same story is told in the Book of Enoch. So it just makes you wonder, are these stories, real? The stories of giants being told from pretty much every civilization. Are all these people insane? Telling the same story, or were there really giants at one time?
Well, judging by the doors of some of these buildings,
Yeah.
no reason to build a door that big.
Giant stairs. Can't even see above, let alone step up on. All right. A little bitty human stairs up on the side of it, built into each step, right? But that's logical. That's how we would design stuff, right?
There's some this world that is not real. That we've had this veil put in front of our faces. We can only see like 2% of reality. And the rest of it is all a big web of lies laid over our eyes, so we can't see any of the real stuff. It's not like a visual blocking, it's a mental blocking.
Yep. Yeah, they've been working hard for a long time
There's a lot of time to do this.
to put us in this position where we are now, that would accept anything, basically. Like, the old Rona, everyone's accepting, not one obviously, but that's still go on. So.
I'm waiting for people to walk around with tongue depressors stuff up their ass. It's going to come out and say, hey, that's the way you don't pass corona to anybody in you can't get it. Just stick that thumb suppressor up your butt. When you see everybody walking around funny with a funny look on their face, you know it's time to just get on the boat and find that place.
Yeah. Does it go west with the Alps? Yeah.
No, one thing go north. It's another one of them.
North?
They take
Did I go north?
Yeah, but in Tolkien, it's a land to the north that no human can reach. Humans can't get there. It's not that they're not allowed there, but they can't get there. And they take the Silver River to the north or something like that. More of the same folklore.
And I'd like to read that Lord of the Rings again, for sure.
With new eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, just sort of
more based on our history than anything we've been taught. That was Tolkien's, He held up.
Well, he created his own language. I mean, that dude was, when if you're going to create your own language, you got some, serious plant behind you,
Well, did he create it or did he find it?
Yeah.
I mean, even if
Good question.
he talks about, all this stuff happened thousands of years ago to where in Bilbo's time, nobody even remembered it. It was all folklore. None of those people alive at that time when Sauron came back even believed Sauron was real. It was mythology.
Right.
It was like us saying that Satan and the Creator had a battle in the sky 2,000 years ago. Nobody would believe it today. They'd be like, oh, that's mythology. That's just they're talking about the stars, or they're talking about this, or they're talking about that. Nobody would take it literally.
Well, when you do look at some of the mythologies, I mean, they're very symbolic and they hold a lot of meaning. A symbol can hold many meanings in the one sort of form. So it's almost like a higher language of, using those symbols to actually understand many concepts in one.
Stories at the same time.
Yeah. And so you can make all these different connections just by having symbolic stories, which, we're not really taught that. We're taught more like, a linear fashion, one after the other, rather than a more like, I'd say it's closer to more the right brain type, activity, where both your intellect and your creative side are working together with language. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Boy, drop this in chat. I love this. Oh my goodness, I've never heard this before. Jesus said, "I'm here to heal the lepers and expose the liars, and I'm all out of lepers." Oh, I like that. Classic.
Like it a lot.
Jonathan, what are you doing? Did you fall asleep on us?
No, I'm just listening.
You're unusually quiet. Deep thought.
I'm gonna be unusually quiet from
Well, I did want to ask you, Jonathan, because you are surrounded this morning by such
aliens.
good resources. Didn't you inherit a project recently?
Yeah, fill me in. What did I inherit?
Some gardening stuff, some garden beds, and some plots in which to grow.
Oh, something along those lines. I have an opportunity I have to follow up on, absolutely, with sustainable living and aquaponics and all that. And I'm trying to bring people into the mix for that project, people that have professed to want to do the same. Basically, having people come back to the earth and living like a man the way it was written.
That aquaponic stuff is amazing. If you can take care of a fish, and you can grow plants with that water.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. It's really amazing. And I took some pictures of it, some footage, and there's going to be a lot of events there, farm to table kind of stuff, and a sense of community. And then I guess the long-term plan is to build similar all around the world to implement this program. And how about community come back together?
I knew a guy right down the road from me up in Indiana. Well, you say right down the road, it's like a couple miles, but it's country roads. So there's like 5 houses in between us. But he had a bunch of outbuildings, just small little, like not as big as a garage, but like you could park maybe 2 riding lawnmowers in there. It's like a shed, a big shed. And he would insulate it and everything because we were up in northern Indiana. But he had fish tanks all around it. He had a fish tank, like I think it was 3 or 4 at the top, and a couple big ones at the bottom. And he had fish in all of them, and he would just circulate the water from the bottom tank up to the top, and then the water would go around these tubes all the way around the outside of the room that went down the walls.
That's basically how you describe it. Yeah, it's exactly.
Yeah, you just grow plants all around.
It's pretty impressive. It is impressive.
It just took a little bit of. It wasn't super expensive to get it started, but just to get all that stuff going, it just took a little bit. I had 4 gardens at the time. 4 gardens, 5 gardens, something like that. I wasn't ready for any more. But no, it's amazing. And he had stuff where he could do it all year round because he would insulate them and he would have a little heater. And I think he had 3 of them. And he was, like you were saying, he was trying to get other people into doing it. He had a sign out in front of his yard telling people, not so much that it was a business, people just to come and see what I done. And that's how we found him. He had a thing that just said, come look and see aquaponic or something like that. Or just aquaponic.
It's
We
very
were like,
interesting.
oh, we're like, yeah, let's just pull into a driveway. And came out and took us out there and showed us his whole setups and everything. And yeah, but like you said, he wasn't trying to get rich. He just wanted people to see that this is easy, sustainable.
Correct.
You know, yeah. The
That's
way to
basically what
develop
this
the nature and do it right.
You just described exactly what this operation is, and the guy who's running it has the same mindset. You know, it's not about making profit hand over fist because he could have sold out at any time. You know, and it's about the people, bringing it back to people, bringing it back to God.
Yeah.
Well, I wish more people would come and buy my veggies. It's a struggle. Like, you know, it's like, it's pretty convenient. I think it's just too convenient to go to the supermarket rather than come to my house. I'll have a veggie box prepared for you. So, yeah, it's one of those things that maybe hasn't quite caught fire yet, but hopefully it will soon. You know, uh, people
I think it will.
making food from home, or growing things from home, you know, producing things from their houses. And,
Major crops that away. Pretty soon you have some food scarcity going on, and people can't go to the grocery store to get their veggies because the veggies aren't there. Yeah, find some.
yeah, I think that's occurring too. Yeah, he was also pointing out an article in the UK where they were trying to, you know, crack down on people that, because of the lockdown, people were starting to, you know, make food at home and sell it, you know, using, instead of having a business externally, they were doing it from home. And so, yeah, they were trying to basically stop that out, and even, you know, dishing out, say, 2 years in 2 years jail or whatever for it. It's just nutty how over the top they're getting. But you know,
Well, I've heard in several places that the face of business is changing due to this run of going on, and people working from home is going to be part of the new norm. There are going to be huge amounts of commercial properties that will need to be unloaded. People sitting on them trying to make their payments, but they can't because they have nobody in them leasing them out for their businesses because everybody's working from home. So we need to figure out a way when these things start going cheap. What can we do? I mean, is there a way just to set up a huge aquaponic farms in one of these uh, warehouses or office buildings where nobody is going to be anymore?
oh hell yeah,
How can we utilize these things now that Corona is here to stay? Realize that the new face of society, all these things are going to be obsolete.
well, if they've got nation, or you know, even these and things have light in through the things like perfect greenhouse setup. So it's definitely doable that way. And like I say, aquaponics is just another sort of different take on that sort of farming side of things. But you can also do grow microgreens inside, and they don't take very much light. You can use artificial lighting for that. And microgreens are a quick turnover. People make a lot of money out of selling microgreens. So microgreens are basically sprouts, seeds.
sprouted. And you could just sprout them super easy. Apparently they're pretty nutritious, and bean sprouts really aren't that bad.
Beautiful.
Sure.
Yeah, I would have grown them as well here, but I just didn't have the market. I live in a town with 1,000 people, so there's not really any high-end sort of restaurants that want garnishes and things like that. But so I sort of moved towards more the growing salads and things like that, which you can do really easily with aquaponics and things, those different sorts of setups. And and then I moved into more of the hardier foods to try and see was Vegemite. They're pretty simple foods to grow as well.
Can you grow out borage? You guys have that down there? It's just an herb that makes a little flour, and the flour is actually what you eat. It tastes like
I've heard of it, Zach, but I'm not sure if it's something here.
Yeah, I reckon I got some out there, but
a ritzy restaurant. That's where you find them.
Yep.
They put them as a palate cleanser on people's plates, and you just get like 50 to 75 cents of flour.
What's it called?
BOI. Yeah,
I got some.
they're good. It grows real easy. It doesn't need a whole lot of sun. I grew it in a bunch of pine needles. The pine needles were laying for years. It still grew fine. Well, it's a hardy plant. You don't have to worry about pH super duper too much. It's a resilient plant, and it produces lots of flowers. One plant does.
Right.
Yeah, they're pretty flowers too. They're nice little blue flowers.
Yeah, well, it's like a decoration. Yeah. But
Yeah, I've got some out there
take
in
rid
the
of them are
yard.
those ritzy places. They'll scoop those things up.
Not many ritzy places around here.
Zach, can I talk to you more about that later?
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Well,
Yeah,
we're
there's lots of ritzy restaurants by you.
no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, I'm thinking of, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you could even stack a couple pallets up against the fence and build like just little mini boxes out of a pallet and grow them right there. It takes up 6 inches a room or whatever, by 3.5 feet, whatever, 4 feet a room.
Gotcha. All right, let's discuss it later on.
Yeah, we're slowly coming up to a break here.
We damn sure are here in just a few minutes. If you were here with us on Friday, we had an amazing show. Our buddy Alan got us connected with his friend, Joanne Fisher, from the Fisher Family Body Talk. Thank you as well, Jonathan, for helping out. You had a good backlog of information there, sir, that helped with that conversation. Thank you so much. But yeah, if you haven't heard it, go check it out. Definitely, it was really great. And then, man, a momentous occasion Friday afternoon, to say the least, here or there, I guess, if we're not really here on YouTube, wherever it was on our Iron Realm Media podcast backup channel there on YouTube. Is our punishment over Friday?
It should have been over Friday. The plan was to load up the main channel and try to stream there this morning, but
Yeah, best laid plans, right. So yeah, well, hopefully by Friday morning we'll be back and up and running there as our normal multi-stream cast for sure. But if you didn't see Friday's show, definitely go check it out. You got to meet some of the better halves, definitely amongst this crew, and it was really great. Really, some good moments. The Savage S herself even made an appearance. So yes, it was really good. It was really good.
Rose and Jason Lincoln, they popped on.
Yes, for sure.
Nemo and his wife Sally, they popped on. It was quite a Valentine's Day show.
It definitely was. So go check
Wow,
that
we
out.
hung out for like 3 hours. That's awesome.
The world.
Hank was even better. Right, we even got Hank on for a minute. Oh, all right. We're going to be back. Believe it or not, if we can steer this thing for another hour, we're going to make it work right here. Ironworx, Josh, Zach, Lucas, Jonathan, Walt, breaking you clear of the fear.
Regulation is becoming an ever-growing problem in today's modern media. From the mainstream to YouTube and Google, the information you're looking for is varied by official narratives and propaganda. This is why TFR is 100% uncensored, unregulated, and listener-supported. The shows on TFR are not micromanaged by the station, and our hosts are free to speak their minds however they please. As such, the views and opinions expressed on our station are those unique. If you happen to hear anything offensive on TFR, please send us an email to toughtitty@tfrlive.com, and we'll be happy to tell you that we really don't give a damn. We stand for freedom of speech and non-censorship. If you also stand for free speech, you can go to tfrlive.com/sign-up and sign up for a TFR supporter pass and help us in our mission to keep the airwaves uncensored and unregulated. TFR Live, your uncensored and unregulated protection from deception.
Severe weather. More coming. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. A wintry blast gripping much of the country as a winter storm stretches from the Texas-Mexico border to Maine's border with Canada.
Oklahoma, far northern Texas, across Arkansas, southern Missouri, western Tennessee, Kentucky, into the mid-Atlantic, and into the Northeast. And across all those regions, we can expect snow totals of anywhere from 4 to 6 inches.
That's National Weather Service meteorologist Paul Moravicker says another storm will follow this one starting Wednesday. 13 people have reported death in several states. 2 men in Texas suspected victims of hypothermia. Louisiana, a man slips on a patch of ice and dies from a head injury. In Kentucky, a car crash on an icy road has killed at least 2 people. In Southeast Texas, tornadoes. People reported trapped in damaged homes in Brunswick County, North Carolina. That's the Wilmington area. The fire department dispatching search and rescue teams. Several homes were damaged late Monday in Damascus, Georgia. The fallout continues from what some are calling the Cuomo cover-up. Nursing home death numbers early in the pandemic.
The New York governor forced to face the growing scandal that he has been running from. In a press conference Monday, Andrew Cuomo said the state didn't cover up nursing home deaths. Cuomo blaming nursing home staff for bringing COVID into the facilities.
Staff walking into the nursing home were asymptomatic because the national experts all told us you could only spread COVID if you had symptoms.
Cuomo isn't getting any love from his fellow New York Democrats either. Senator Jessica Ramos tweeting people died and Cuomo lied. Then he had the gall to write a book.
Fox's Jackie Ibanez, House Speaker Pelosi announcing the formation of a congressional commission to investigate the riots last month at the U.S. Capitol building. Similar structure to the 9/11 Commission that probed the 2001 terror attacks. America is listening to Fox News. Wherever you are, Frequency Radio.
Well, at this point, we would normally play some awesome promos and amazing music, but this morning, you just got to hear that music. Welcome back to the Ironworx. Walt here, steering the ship. Josh is there. We have our buddy Jonathan from Jersey hanging out. Lucas across the plain. Zach holding it down over there on the East Coast. How's your temperatures? I don't think I heard it yet this morning. Zach, is it super cold there as well?
Well, it's 40 degrees right now.
Hell, you're warmer than I am. You're twice as warm as I am right now. It's 20 here. Weird shit.
I'm
Weird shit.
102.7.
Yeah.
I love South Carolina. If this is going to be like the winters every year, I'm never leaving.
Sounded like a place I need to be.
Don't get me wrong, it gets chilly. You know, it's been 40s. It dropped down in the 30s, high 30s, for the bow a couple times. You know, and then at night it's no price. I can do that. That's not winter. That's spring. You know.
Our buddy Dan Morris there in chat reminding everyone that today is Fat Tuesday. I completely forgot because while I normally try to avoid most of that here in Louisiana, it's just a little overdone and a little crazy. Lots of alcohol. Anyway, this year it's been really super crazy. None of the buildup, none of the crazy energy in town, none of the parades blocking off access. So it's been happy times for me, but apparently most people are really upset about it. I just never did get wrapped up in the whole Mardi Gras thing. There is an interesting thing going on in New Orleans. I'm sure other communities as well. Instead of them decorating floats, they hired those same artists, who are usually local artists there in New Orleans, to decorate their homes rather than their floats. So it made some interesting homes. Michelle and her sister took a trip there a few weeks ago and took some photographs, which I guess I could share. I just didn't know we were going to go there, so I'll have to go digging around. Someone had like tentacles coming out of the upper reaches of their house, like a giant octopus or something had attacked. There's some great ideas out there, so I'm sure if you Google it, New Orleans Mardi Gras homes, you'll see it. So, but yeah, happy Fat Tuesday to those of you Fat Tuesdaying, I suppose. Is that a thing there in Florida, Jonathan? Is that, I know some places in Florida celebrate, don't they? Am I misremembering?
Sorry, I have too much on my plate right now.
Right. Well, again, the craziness of it all probably isn't like it normally would be, even if it is something they would normally celebrate in your area.
Crazy and normal, okay, and in this world, so I hear you.
Well, things are pretty quiet for Mardi Gras around St. Louis too.
Oh, that's true. You usually do. That's right. I knew there was somewhere else I talk with. There you go. You guys do it.
Yeah. There's not too many other places that are bigger than St. Louis for their Mardi Gras, and I'm pretty sure they're nary a nickel to be seen. Then again, it is colder than a witch's tip in brass bra.
Colder than the mother-in-law's kiss. Yeah.
I like that one.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Do you guys have a plant out there with this? We call it mother-in-law's time. It's a tall,
Big.
maybe like 3 inches wide, but it's flat. They grow about 2.5 feet tall, 3 feet tall. You cannot kill these things. That's why we call them mother-in-law. You can't. You can not water it for a year, and that thing will be thriving. It'll just be sitting there looking at you going, nah.
Yeah, they're tough to kill.
I forget the actual name, but everywhere I go, everybody knows me as mother-in-law's tongues. Except for, I think, where was I? Either Arizona or New Mexico. People call them like the official whatever name. It was more in line with the Latin terminology. Yeah, crazy. Mother-in-law's tongue. I had a couple of those growing up in Indiana even. I had to bring them inside in the winter. The one thing that would shut them up was the cold.
Just like your mother-in-law.
Go outside as much as you can.
It's apparently commonly known as the snake plant, St. George's sword, viper's bowstring, hemp, and mother-in-law's tongue.
Viper's bowstring.
I would share a screen, but I'll break it.
That's a great
Yeah.
It looks like a sword. It's real flat, but it's about 3 inches wide, and then it comes up to a point.
So that's where you're gonna viper, bend it into shape, and use the length as a bowstring.
They are, I know, poisonous to dogs.
I just read that. You're ahead of the game, sir.
Yeah, I mean, every plant I have in my house, I always make sure I know.
Well, yeah.
I mean, dogs won't try to eat them. They won't. It's not like a plant that's tastes good, I guess, because they never showed it really any attention. No, the dogs that I always have, they like this one certain type of grass. I'm not sure what it is. Hank finds it out here. He found it all over the country. There's a certain type of, it's not your normal crabgrass or anything like that. It's like a real wide blade. It just grows in little patches, usually along fence lines and stuff like that, around poles. Well, Hank loves that stuff. I don't know what it is. I know we don't have the enzyme to digest grass. Cows can eat it. That's why I always wondered, why the hell do they put grass everywhere? Let's take out the clover and the soil and all these different plants that we can eat that are green and don't look bad in the yard, you know? If you mow it, it's green. But let's put grass in there, something that we can't eat at all.
Yeah, it's always interested me. Like you look around and it's like we've tried to in Australia bring across these these British gardens. It's just like it doesn't make sense. You have to constantly for us. Like it's
Right.
It gets so hot through the summer and things. And you try to maintain this garden that looks like it should be in the backwaters of England or something. It just seems ridiculous.
I don't know if this screen share I'm attempting to do is working. Is anyone seeing this at all? Because all I'm seeing is the picture I'm trying to share.
I see the plan.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, I did it. There it is, everyone. Someone in chat wanted to see one, so I did my best. Let me stop sharing before I break it all. I know my limits.
Yeah, trying to, like, I mean, I've done it. I grew a Venus flytrap up in Indiana. Now, granted, I grew it inside
a little dome. Yep. Yep. I've done it.
Go in there every morning and every night and spray. I had a light in there with aluminum foil on all the walls, and it was just a cardboard box. And I would go in there every morning and every night and spray water into the air, just as much water as I could put into the air, because it needed a really, really, really humid environment. And it was true, because even when it was like 90% humidity in Indiana, it was a different kind of humidity, I guess, or something, because it didn't move. As soon as I took it out of that terrarium, it made it a couple months, and that was it.
Same thing with pitcher plants.
It's weird. I mean, Indiana up there by Lake Michigan, it was always like 80 to 100% humidity, which was perfect for this plant, supposedly. But as soon as I put it into the air, took it out of that terrarium, it just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse until finally I gave up on it. Because I wanted it to stay outside in the summertime. It's not like I did it in the winter, you know. It was nice out. And just trying to get a nice spring. It was real humid that spring. And no, I'm assuming that's what it was. I don't know.
It would almost have to tie into the magnetic fields more than the actual temperature and humidity, because I've tried the same thing thinking Louisiana humid as fuck. Oops, sorry. Really humid. I should be able to grow one of these tropical plants, right? Just never works out. I've tried pitcher plants. I think it's once they move out of their bioregion where they're magnetically fueled, it changes. I saw a thing this morning, literally, a video talking about the blue regions and how people in those regions are living older. Go, Lucas, right? So, yeah, that kind of ties into it, too. Sorry, go. I'm going to let you do it while I clear my throat. Sorry.
No, I only had a quick glance at
I did, too, just for a few minutes this morning, literally coming in, eating some breakfast. I popped it on like, well, I'll watch all of this later. So I just caught the beginning. I don't know where it's going.
He was basically looking at the blue zones. For people that don't know what the blue zones are, it's basically areas in the world where people live longer and are healthier. So they'll live to like 110, but they'll still be moving around. And they put it down to, say, lifestyle. So these people are moving around, they eating more plant-based, and so on and so forth. But he was actually also saying, he wasn't writing off those things at all, but what he was pointing out is it could also be the areas that they live.
Exactly.
So that they could be more energetic areas in the world. And, he was looking at some of the sites that were, close by to these blue zones as well, where there was megalithic stones and things like that. So, and what he was saying is that the natural frequency of the Earth, I think he was saying it actually was a lot higher. So instead of being...
I must have watched more of the video than I realized, because I remember that too, him saying that it had been officially recorded that the frequency there was higher. And he kind of underlined that on one of the little pages he was reading it on. So I probably got more into it than I remember. I'm looking at a map right now. The places that it was discussing are Loma Linda, California, Nicoya, Costa Rica, Sardinia, Italy, Icaria, Greece, and Okinawa, Japan. Those are the ones that are kind of zoned out already.
I was actually talking to Benjamin Bolton today, but he was saying, he was talking about water and, how, water holds energy or holds its patterns and things like that. He said some of the best water actually comes from around Washington, D.C., which you'd be sort of surprised about energetically. So I thought that was interesting.
Sorry.
Yeah, go.
I was just going to say, you know what the name of that place was before it was called Washington, D.C.?
I used to know this. Go.
It was Rome, Massachusetts.
Wow.
It was actually called Rome. Yep. And there's 7 films about it, just like there are in Rome. In Italy. Just saying.
You think in Tartarian buildings and mud floods and all that stuff, and how much of Washington, D.C. was built and how much of it was rediscovered. If there were already buildings built there, maybe there was a reason there were so many buildings already built there. Maybe there was an energetic purpose for those buildings to be built there. And it's part of why they put D.C. there, is sort of that hijacking of that whatever energy is there.
Yeah, exactly. I would 100% agree with that. I also sent you guys a video a little while ago that was showing the Golden Gate Bridge and the sort of the other one was the Silver Gate, and they are aligned with the stars. So DC does all the same thing with its
and the
light.
Don't forget the arch in St. Louis. That was the other part of the triangle. That's right where Josh is. Yeah, I always wondered, why did they build the arch? Why did they build that in St. Louis? What's the purpose of the arch? But it makes so much sense now when you showed that to me, Lucas. Because it lines up perfectly with, it makes that triangle. What they call it? Golden triangle?
I'm not sure what the triangle is called.
The Emerald Triangle, maybe, or something. I forget. But yeah, it was the Silver Bridge up in Washington, the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, and the Arch in St. Louis. And these are, it's not like it's, 100 miles this way, 50 miles that way. We're talking over 1,000 miles, some of the distances. But it lines up perfectly with these stars.
Yeah, I think a lot of these ancient sites all line up with their specific regions, star alignments and things like that. And that's why I have such issue with the idea of precession, of this movement back as well, because they wouldn't align correctly otherwise. But it's very interesting how they're reflecting the up above, so below sort of thing, that concept.
Do you think that if you were to stop the stars in the sky directly above the stars that are supposed to, align with those three objects, if we stopped that there, would the Orion's belt be directly over the stars in Egypt at that time? Do you think that they stopped the sky and then mapped it out?
Yeah, that's super interesting. That's more in the line of sort of, are we creating a clock on the ground, or this map on the ground, which actually allows us to, see when these cycles sort of meet up again, if that's what they're doing. Because I've
had the idea that what if the stars aren't actually moving, and the magnetic toroidal field is actually swirling the light as we're looking up into it. So what if those stars really are stuck, and you can map it out perfectly on the plane underneath? The only thing that's really moving is the light optics.
Yeah, that's exactly how I view it, because the stars don't move any distance from each other, so it seems like they're a static thing. You know what I mean? Like in relation to each other, so it's almost like it's solid in that sense that they're not moving any distance from each other. But then we do see that rotation happening. So, I thought either the dome spinning, which doesn't make much sense, or that there's an optical illusion sort of playing out. And I previously thought that the sun, its movement creates this optical illusion via its magnetic field or what it's doing. So,
what if?
Why they're all...
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just got excited.
Yeah, keep going. That's about it.
What if they're like almost reflections of some sort on this huge plane we're on? This is just extrapolating from, I also watched the latest John Levy video where he's talking about this new guy looking at an area of the moon that seems to reflect the exact map that we all are looking at, kind of thing again. And just keep coming back to that. There's been like 4 or 5 channels that keep coming back to that. And so then if you go, well, that's what this little small area is, what's all this other shit? So this could be Lemuria, this could be Atlanta, all these ideas, blah, blah, blah. But what if those lights, because I keep thinking, okay, well, y'all are both pretty stuck on the idea that the stars are affixed somehow to the dome, which I used to think that at first, and then kind of got away from that the more I would see these organic, shapy type things, and it seemed more liquid and more sonoluminescent. So I started going in that direction with layers and liquid and things like that. But what if it's reflecting on some type of energy toroidal type field up there, and that's the reflections that we're seeing somehow? I don't know, just trying to put all this together.
Yeah, I mean, it's all speculation, to try to create the size of a magnet you would need to camera would work in a magnetic field that strong, like the electronics.
Right, the sensors and stuff.
Yeah. So I don't know if you could recreate this. But it's an interesting thought. We know magnetic fields do bend, plasma.
Yeah, the thing I always think about is that when you're thinking about the atmosphere up there, it's always it's got lower pressure, it's got all these different dynamics that happen to it that materials are going to operate differently. So you're not really going to be, you're going to have trouble actually recreating it with our sort of earthly atmosphere in a sense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sort of vacuum chambers and things like that.
I don't know if you guys saw what I just put on the screen there, but in chat, I've closed it. Hold on. Oh, I hope I didn't break the stream. Is everything still going? Is everything still going? I did close the wrong thing. No, it still seems to be going. Okay, so they move in liquid glass. Let me throw that back on the screen. And they apparently just figured this out. I need to catch up. If you guys aren't familiar with this channel, definitely go spend some time. We keep threatening to get you on here, boys, so let's make that happen soon. Please, if you have time to hang out with this train wreck.
Speaking of glass, did you guys see that metallic glass?
That's what made me excited, is seeing this message and just watching that same metallic glass, read that story, all of that. Yeah, so interesting. Scotty's aluminum, clear aluminum, and all that. Yeah.
They claim to find some new type of magnetism as well.
I didn't read the story. I did see the story. I haven't read it. I figured you'd fill us in on that one.
Looking into it, and it's one of those stories that's like, yeah, that's nice that you claim you do it, and your electron microscope says this is happening, but I'm just having, trouble finding it.
It's like they claim to find the dark matter.
Yeah. It almost seems like one of those. So I'm going to have to definitely do more research. We'll find out in, 6 months when they do their retract story about how, well, we thought it was this, but it's actually somebody farted. Wow.
Oh my goodness. Is he not? It's definitely good that Zach's here covering my ass. Man. He's a multifaceted dude. Are we almost at a break? It feels like we are. Oh man. Like we're there almost.
I feel like I have to shoot somebody.
That's a good start to your day. This is clogging.
Somebody running around with boots on or something?
Nobody wears shoes at 4 in the morning here. That's what I was like, huh? Wait a minute, those are somebody has shoes on. And they're walking quiet. She told her family, she put her shoes on, and came out to the garage and run her feet to freeze. Right. Yeah.
Secret midnight clogger.
Hank knows. I grabbed that gun. He did not leave my room. He knows what a gun is. He knows
you got 4 aim. Go ahead, take point.
Oh my goodness. Right?
Yeah, Hank, he saw me go up and he's like, okay, I'm not going up there. I'll stay right here.
Shit just got real.
I'm sorry. I had to leave the coffee. I'm going to have some chocolate.
Oh, this dude's going to spend the last 30 minutes roaring. Watch. Was it 97% cacao? Oh, see, I can't do more than like 60 or 70. After that, it just is bitterness on my tongue. Oh, that's my son's thing. Oh, well, there you go.
I don't know. Is that how you drink it? And the guy looked at me behind me and goes, dude, I ain't one of those. And then I'm cranked up all that. Like, I said, what are you people drinking down here in Florida?
We're not busy for a week.
What a taste nice, though.
It was good. It was bitter. It was delicious.
You know what they say about people that drink Black coffee,
What's that? What is it?
though.
What did I say? Psychopath.
Never go back? I don't know what. All right, so yeah.
Really stay by the music? Come on.
So yeah, we're here, we're there, we're everywhere. We're about to take a break. We need it, obviously. The caffeine is kicking in, I think, for all of us. The brains are starting to scramble. All right, if you can hang on for another little bit of segment with us, we've got at least one more ahead. So come on back to the Ironworks. Zach, Josh, Lucas, and Jonathan is here.
The reviews for Extended Life are amazing. Here are some from Amazon. By Christine, great for heart palpitations. Diane, before I started using this product, every afternoon my nipples and my hands would be swollen. That doesn't happen anymore. So if that part of their advertising is true, I have to assume that's what the word is. Not to mention that when I had my yearly blood test, only a few weeks after beginning to use this product, my cholesterol had dropped over 30 pounds. I'm going to continue to take it. I try. I love this product. It really works. I grab. Works great. Thank you. Tell us your story. Get your Extended Life today. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822 at drop.com.
Hey folks, guess what the #1 phrase that Life Change Tea receives by email? You ready? We love this tea! We love this tea! Time after time, week after week, we love this tea! Life Change Tea gives you more energy, a beautiful cleansing, and fulfills its slogan perfectly. The tea that makes you go. So if you want to be on your health game, log on to getthetea.com and order Life Change Super Strength Tea. Packages come in a 1-month supply, and when you brew this stuff, wait until you see the results. Aren't we all about the results? With a lot of people's health struggling, we can use a little bit of help. Doctors will tell you disease starts in the gut. So log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. Be our next email saying, I love this tea. I mean, I love this tea. Get the tea at getthetea.com. Helping America one tea bag at a time.
Hi, I'm Sergeant Jim Ramley Tire. In early 2012, I was facing a laundry list of chronic health conditions and my physician told me it was incurable. I knew there had to be a better way, and I looked at everything my ailments with science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. In just a few months, I was able to reverse high blood pressure, gastric reflux, sleep apnea, arthritis, degenerative disc disease, heart arrhythmia, AFib, and many more. And I've lost over 70 pounds and kept it off. Now I'm hosting a radio program that's dedicated to helping my listeners do the same. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you're sick of being used as an ATM by your doctor, then you'll want to tune into Your DIY Health radio program here on Two Frequency Radio every Thursday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern and 6 to 8 a.m. Pacific.
You're listening to the True Frequency Radio.
No hate, no hype, no fear.
You are back with us. It's Ironworks. A little different flavor this morning. Maybe a little bitter, but hey, that's what coffee's all about, right? It's Walt here, rambling, trying to wake us all up. We're here. We are doing things a little off the page, but hey, everybody's hanging out and we appreciate you being patient. Thank you so much. It's been a different day and I like it. I know the coffee's kicking in. The adrenaline is edged down a little bit. So it's pure adrenaline the first hour, I'm pretty sure. My goodness, we're here. We've got 30 left. So what, Jonathan? Yes, sir.
No, I forgot what I was going to say for a break. You guys got a break and everything's
And no, it all goes away. It completely blanks. We all turn into John Savage for that 3 minutes. Oh, the black coffee.
Who brought that up? It was on Happy Nice for You. Going that saying that psychopaths.
I know. I think it was John, actually. I think it was Savage saying that. If anybody knows psychopaths, no.
If you heard in that show, I was trying black coffee out, so put my foot in it, didn't I?
Mm-hmm. I've switched to tea for this last 30 minutes. I'm gonna ride the buzz a little, not peak too much. So, sir, is it a sun?
That's what it sounds like. It is 1 pound of 99.99% pure bismuth shot. It is the most anti-magnetic material that we know. We're going to make it down into a nice parabolic dish and make this little, it's going to make a magnet levitate, pretty much. Put a magnet over this and have a magnet hanging above it, 6 or 7 inches up. And this magnet will actually float. You can blow it around with a straw and make it spin. And what? Yeah. Make a couple of them. I get to smell the stuff. I'm excited. Don't need 5,300 degrees. Regular propane will do it, but yeah.
So it makes it faster.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds so cool. When we have video, though, next show, I'll turn it around and show you guys what the flame looks like and all that stuff. It's fun.
Yeah, it would seem earlier when I shared the picture, it didn't go out to everyone. So there's another step I'm missing somewhere here. We'll figure it out this week. That's it. That's it. That's it. Learning to fly. Sorry, and I got distracted by chat. Apparently.
I need to learn a Petty song. I used to know American Girl, but it's got this really weird, funky chord in it. And I had it down, and it's really easy. It's simple. But then I didn't play it for a long time. And like those weird chords, you have to go back and look them up again.
Mm-hmm.
I better keep learning a bad song, but I sound horrible when I sing it. Excuse me. Sorry. Something off the Wildflowers album. I love that album. It was all acoustic and mostly acoustic. I don't know, we'll see. But I definitely want to learn a Petty song. And not with the Heartbreakers. I'm not saying it was bad. But it's a little high tempo for me.
Damn Heartbreakers.
Yeah, I saw Petty twice. When I was in my drinking days. One show, I remember the beginning, and then I remember waking up on the hood of a car over what happened. And then the other one, I got pretty drunk, but he only played, that's what it was. He played for like an hour and 15 minutes. He was headlining. Hour and 15 minutes. He's like, I'm pretty fucked up. How about you? And walked off the stage. That was it. I was like, are you fucked? I paid $65. Well, I didn't pay $65. I never paid ticket price. But when you charge $65 for that? Yeah, people were not happy. But yeah, I guess he wasn't digging the vibe or something. He's all right. Well, I'm pretty fucked up. How about you? He's like, oh, we will. Tonight, I mean, I couldn't do it. I couldn't be a performer like that. Go pour your heart out now. You know, do it right now.
Right now, and then again tomorrow night, and then the next night, and then the next night, and then the next night. You're doing it in a different spot with a different crowd, with a different vibe every single time, and make me believe it.
I never toured with a band, but I played with a band quite a bit and did a lot of gigs. And I don't know, you find that place if you're into it enough. Don't get me wrong, some nights you're more on than others, but
Late 90s, early 2000s. The guy's been doing it for like 20-something years already.
I tell you what would be the worst is like, you're one of your old albums that everyone loves, and you hit this hit song on there, and you have to play it again and again for 10 years.
oh, well, now that I could, yeah, that definitely gets old. I do get that. I got pigeonholed a bit when I was doing the things I sang, and I always had certain songs that would be requested that I just got sick of doing over and over and over. So I do get that, truly. But the
one or two that I'll play, but like I have a Van Morrison song, but it's not Brown Eyed Girl. Anybody take a guess? Anybody know Van Morrison now?
trying to think which one it would be.
One who sings Moonlight?
No, it ain't Moon Dance, because I can play the piano. I do if I meet a pianist, like at a wedding or something like that, or somebody's sitting there playing piano, I request it.
I'll learn it just for you because I'm moving into a new place and it's got a baby grand in it, so I'll be practicing.
Right? That's what's up. So we got bass and drums, we got vocals, we got guitar, now we got a keys. What? The Flat Earth Band is coming.
The weird thing is, the person saw my request on Facebook that I was looking to move, and they're just like, "Why don't you move in over here?" I'm like, "Okay, what do you got?" And they said, "Well, you can move in for free." And then they gave me the keys, and that was it. So,
Bam.
don't know what that's about.
Keep yourself safe. Yeah, please.
Sorry, go ahead.
I just like seriously, just keep yourself safe. I was
Roy and Chad just looked up Petty song.
Tr-
For what Petty song is, but no, a Tom Petty song, not the song Petty song. Never heard it. Not sure what you're talking about, but no, I don't know the song Petty song, but a Tom Petty song. He's a musician. Just to clarify.
If I had internet, I'd look it up for you.
oh well, some of us are a little overdone right now with our lot. Somebody else that don't have their hands full could look it up with all you interneters. There was another song, man, that was off of an album that was real obscure. I'll never remember it. There's no point in digging that deep. It was off the first or second Petty album. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, sorry, dead air. It won't come. So I was back through the pile because we were talking about the see-through metal and all that, but I forgot this story, and I think this might be even more intriguing. Did y'all see that one about the see-through wood? No?
Only the title of it. I didn't.
Seeing through wood.
Is it so bad?
Okay, so at first I thought this is not even a thing, is it? And then I also got to reading the story a little bit, and they talk about how the only thing that makes... Okay, wait, let's see, where is it? Wood's lack of transparency comes from the combination of its two main components, cellulose and lignin. The lignin absorbs light, and the presence of chromophores, which are light-activated compounds in the material, make the wood look brown, the fibers and all that. So the point, what they're doing is removing lignin, mechanical properties, et cetera, et cetera. But I got to thinking, about, oh man, it's probably been at least 10 years ago now, if not 12 or 15 years ago. A friend of mine had some clear rolling papers. And I'm like, dude, that's fucking plastic. Because that's what it looked like. It was literally like little sheets of clear plastic. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'll pass on smoking plastic. Then I did research on him to see what the hell that he was actually putting in his body. Because I know a lot of people doing a lot of stupid shit. And I was trying to keep them from hurting themselves. So I did the research and found out that's basically what this is. It's see-through fucking, it's the cellulose of the fibers of the plant they use to make those papers. And that's what it is. It's freaking wood at a molecular level that's see-through now, and you use it and you can smoke it, and they don't burn really well. They run, and they're crappy papers, but I remember them being very clear and see-through. So it's probably the same idea here, but the article's long and deep and lots of technical information. So I will share it with you guys so you can dig a little deeper. The first thing they're going to attempt to do, I think, is make wooden windows with it for home insulation that would insulate better than glass, apparently, which is also kind of interesting. But anyway, I'll share that with y'all. But I thought it tied interestingly in with the idea of this whole seeing through things you normally wouldn't think you could see through, and the stars. And I don't know. I'm just stuck on that now. I'll be digging into the sonoluminescence shit again soon.
I mean, plastic is just oil, right? And every plant has oil in it. So what if, I mean, it still could be part of the plant. And if it is a actual type of plastic, it won't be poly or anything, you know, it's not stuck out of the ground. It's oil based. They have salts. So I mean, it's kind of the same concept as plastic. If you look at it that way, it's the same basic compounds that are making it up. We can take hemp and make oil out of it. We can make fuel out of it. We can do all the same things. We can't let the oil we get from
I see a question. Right. Well, I see a question there in chat about this, that are they not plastic? So I did a little research and found an article talking about the clear rolling papers. They're made from a mixture of water, glycerin, and plant-derived form of cellulose called cellophane. Wait, cellophane, that's plastic, right? Well, no, you're good. Because the cellophane used in these clear rolling papers is naturally derived. It's a chemically produced cellophane used to make things like cellulose is a complex carbohydrate found in plant cell walls and used in many commercial products like paper, clothing, etc. It's essentially a long chain of linked sugar molecules. The most common source for cellulose used in clear rolling papers are from eucalyptus trees and Asian cotton mallow. So there you go. I'll send the article along. They're safe as anything else you're burning and inhaling into your lungs.
And if I had my internet, I'd be playing a song from the soundtrack from Chicago.
There you go. Sing it, Josh. You sing while I click and share.
I'm not going to sing it. Tim Riley does such a much better job. Is that Riley? Anthony C. Riley? Anthony C. Riley. Tony Riley.
What?
Mr. Cellophane?
Oh, I don't know it.
I'm trying to remember it too.
Again, I'll track down a link for it. I'm not about to try to sing it.
Yeah, that's fine.
What's Chicago about?
Well, we're fine. No, that's the band. He's talking about the musical.
Yeah. The soundtrack from the musical.
Oh, off the rails. But you're right, Zach. That was the band Chicago. Yes, correct. Everybody's on their.
Yeah, that's one of those.
Speaking of Chicago, I used to love that band a lot, especially Peter Cetera's voice. And then I watched this documentary about Chicago. If you can find it, I don't know the name of it, But if you can find this documentary movie, a long version, it's great. It's really great, especially if you like their older stuff when they were like jamming a lot of like almost progressive rock and stuff. But yeah, Peter Cetera's a dick. I mean, wow. I had no clue. Because, you know, in the 80s, I wasn't really into that scene of music. I liked his voice, but I didn't pay attention to the background like I did guitar players and stuff. So I didn't know that he was a freaking dick. So yeah, just throwing that out there. I don't know, just Chicago. So I thought I'd fill you in on my personal take on Mr. Cetera and Chicago. I still like the band, but yeah, I can't stand that dude no more.
He might have been a fan.
He drank. Yeah, that's all I was gonna
Wait,
say.
what? Y'all, I missed both of y'all. Wait, what'd you say, Zach?
Oh, I just said, was he a fan of black coffee?
Oh, maybe it's possible. I missed that. Yeah. Oh man.
Jonathan's going to the fridge right now to get some cream.
Oh goodness. Speaking
Did you
of,
take any cool pictures? Are you going to be heading up here, Jonathan, for the? Any chance of getting you all the way up to Carolina in March?
The solo return?
Yeah, the solar return. March 27th, I believe. They couldn't get it on the week end of the solstice, but they got the very next weekend.
oh, and shout out to Karen B and her buddy that was there with us for the show Friday. I completely left her out earlier because we were like floundering trying to get our show off. Yeah, Ted was there, and yeah, she hung out a lot actually. So my apologies for not throwing you in there in the awesome show we had Friday, Karen.
Yeah, I actually sent her the spike of Voynich quote from Jesus.
That was great.
I love that. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna rare phone this one. As soon as I get done, I'm gonna get some more.
Give me your contact here in the chat. We'll
Yeah.
talk.
There's no rambling, but
Yeah. I'm talking to Lucas Gold. Lucas, I'll get back to you later. I'll call later. What time is it? What's the time?
It's 10:48.
I'm going to create a new product for you. So I know it's
Cool. What sort of clock you got there that tells you all the different times? Because I need one of those.
Well, Windows.
Yeah, you can set it that way at the bottom. I used to have mine set up that way for all of our different people we had. I had a Canada one. I had an Australian one. I had an English one.
I'm going to make you talk about Lucas.
Right? There you go. That's it. That dude's future traveling. He's already in like next Wednesday or something.
What is that?
No, not quite.
No, not yet. Right.
It'd be, I don't know, it's just whatever, in Melbourne. Time.
Is that about what?
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Well, man, quickly winding this thing down.
Oh, yeah. No, plus 10. Adelaide is plus 9:30.
Yeah, they're half an hour difference. Like, I go across the border and all the clocks change at half an hour.
That's bizarre. What is that about?
yeah.
You know, on your phone, and sometimes you come back and it doesn't switch back over. And
Right.
you're like,
Well, you know,
I'm a half an hour late there.
in the old
It's always been hours here, at least in the States.
in the States, right? Because I remember on the old news programs when they would have like 8 clocks on the back wall, some would be at like 20 after and 20 till and off. Like, why aren't they all on the same top of the hour like we are, you know, or 5 minutes after like we are? And they'd be 30 minutes difference or 20 minutes difference. And I never understood that. So that's a thing, apparently. I didn't understand. But I mean, how would they even try to like Is it a justification? I guess it is. Would have to be a justification for the globe bullshit, right? Why else would they be doing that? Because that makes no sense in keeping time, keeping like jobs straight, keeping trains running on time. You know what I'm saying? It would fuck up everything at the border. So it has to be something to do with keeping the globe bullshit going.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know I've seen people do a real thorough examination of time zones on a globe versus time zones on a plane, and it was definitely an eye-opener, but that's been a while ago, and I cannot remember the channel. But I'll see if I can dig in and find that maybe today. Because you reminded me of that, the old news programs, and it used to really intrigue me. Why are those clocks that much different? I could see the hour itself would be different, but the minute hand should all be the same place, right? Apparently not.
Good place to find videos like that. So much stuff is being censored on so many platforms.
Yeah, it's so tough these days. Oh, Lord.
Go to get yourself the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock, and you can hit the question mark button. It'll bring up all kinds of playlists, and it's all the videos in there that YouTube will not show you.
And who put that together, Zach?
I believe it was David Rice. Now there's 2 of them out there.
Yeah, get the right one.
Is for free, and that one is garbage. That is kind of like Flat Earth Society. It is a disinformation site. So the one that David sells is $2.99. Blue Water Bay, I believe, is the name of the company who produces it. Yeah, $2.99. It's a great gift for people who.
There you go. If you can't afford $2.99 to help somebody's wake up, then that's pretty. Yeah.
Get a hold of David. Send him something. Tell him that you can't afford it and you want to give it to somebody.
He'll give you a hookup. He will. He definitely. That's somebody we should get on here. I was gonna say, and then I thought, man, I don't think I could drink enough coffee this early to keep up with David. Lord, that dude's a powerhouse. Woo! No, I love Dave, and we definitely need to get him back around.
We had him out here last time. We're like, this is so weird. I'm not used to talking to people who already know the Earth is.
Right. He's usually educating. He's usually educating. Right. Oh, man.
But yeah, if you want a place to go find all those videos, go check out his app. It's really cool. He's put a lot into it. It's got all the astrology, tells you where the sun, the moon phases, all kinds of stuff. It actually shows into where the sun is, over the flat plane lies. You can manipulate it.
You can play with it. And you can layer in like it's amazing all the different things you can put on the zodiacs and all that stuff. It's just play with it. It's great.
I show people all the time, like especially if I'm trying to explain something. Just like just look at this.
There you go.
Just buy this app and
just to show people. He didn't build it at first to. He just wanted something to show people, like, hey, look, this is what I'm talking about. And everybody kept telling him, where can I get one of those? Where can I get that? He was like, shit, I'm just going to make one. And he's put a lot into it since he first made it. And he's always adding more stuff to it. It even has the, what is the one where it shows the wind speeds and all kinds of stuff.
Right. It's almost like the old null school. Yeah. Shout out to a lady named, is it Aisling71? I'm being silly. Cammy, get in here. You're awake. Anyway, it's too late now. You missed your chance. She's telling us it is for religious reasons based on solar noon, this whole time, half-hour thing. There you go. Which again.
We should be using sundials.
And then made of course, the best kind. I don't know how much this is going out, but I'm trying to show some of these things on the screen with my new power. I think I'll start doing this every day, Josh. That's it. I really don't mind. I just need to have more toys to play with. Man, y'all, thank y'all so much for letting us flounder a bit and finally getting our feet under us. I appreciate you guys here on the call helping me out for damn sure. But thank you all for your patience as you clicked and bounced around trying to find a good audio and video feed for this radio program. We love y'all. Thank you all. No, man, like I said, I would have, if I'd have got up a little earlier and seen your call and text, we'd have had a little smoother intro coming into this thing. So I just was lazy and alone like I normally do, getting my coffee. Thank you all. We'll see you all Friday morning, hopefully in the normal flat channels that you normally see us on. Love y'all. Thank y'all.
Take care. You guys be well. See you Friday.
Truth Frequency Radio is your #1 source for news and information without the Beyond the Veil with Chris and Cherie Geo. Paranormal Portal with Brent Thomas. World with Mark Sargent. The Eye of Ra